Hi guys, welcome back to E.W Legal Series. Today's video is all about A-levels. A-levels were the hardest 2 years of my life, so those of you currently studying A-levels, you're not alone. I felt like during A-levels I was constantly studying in my free time to only achieve average grades. There's a lot of academic challenges and it's a big step up from GCSE, as you guys will all know. So what I want to do is share some of my experiences with you guys and try and sort of guide you in the right direction so that you don't replicate the mistakes that I did. So let's start with the basics for you prospective students who are unsure whether you want to go college or study A-levels. Now, being 16 is an age where you're just starting out. You have no idea what you want to do with your life. I'm 21 and I still don't know what I want to do with my life. So that just goes to show that 16, people expecting you to really, knuckle down and choose what you want to do for the rest of your life, it's just not happening. It's just not. It's really difficult. What I would say the biggest factor to avoid is the pressure to conform to what your friends are doing. Now, in school you've grown up in friend groups. I had two different friend groups. I had one friend group who after school went to college, stayed on at jobs, did apprenticeships, and I had a group that stayed on at sixth form. But what I wasn't doing is thinking about what would make me happy. I was more thinking about what would be the comfortable option, which you have to avoid. My school was 2 minutes away from me, so that made the decision so easy, whereas the colleges were 25 minutes, both of them were 25 minutes on the train. What I was worrying about at the time, which there isn't as much barrier now to, is resources for funding, how I would fund it. I'm from a low income background, I'm sure a lot of you watching this video are as well, but I just want to relieve some of your stress by saying there are funding organisations out there. All you need to do is research, try to research in your free time, just so you're getting a good idea of what options could really work for you and suit you. So let's move on to the A-levels that I chose. One of the biggest mistakes that I made, and I don't want you guys to replicate this, is taking 3 essay-based A-levels. Worst mistake ever. It's mentally draining. I really wish I had more variety there. One of the A-levels I took was English literature. Now, whilst I loved it at GCSE, it just wasn't the same at A-level. It was so easy to get a good grade at GCSE, but whereas it's a core subject, at A-level it's just a lot harder to achieve a good grade. I ended up with a D, whereas I got an A in performing arts. I could have done that, which enhances creativity, similar to that of English literature, but it's more practical, not theoretical. So what I would say is choose subjects that give you variety, because at university I've learnt from the mistakes that I made at A-level, and now I have a lot more variety. I'm doing one practical subject and it really complements my other subjects, because it's not as, you're not doing the same things, you're doing different things. It really helps you sort of get an idea of what you would really enjoy, whether you enjoy something practical in the future or something more academic and theoretical. So yeah, that's my first advice to you guys. Obviously I'm studying law at university, so I did in fact take law at A-level. It was my favourite subject. I found it really interesting, and I also took psychology, and those two really complement each other. They're both really interesting. Psychology is more theoretical, but that's why it's interesting, whereas law has a lot of real life cases, real life theory. What I would say is if you're thinking about doing law at university, psychology and law A-level are really good ones to take, because in A-level law, although it's an academic subject, you're starting to think like a lawyer, you're learning about real things. When you get to university, you're already being naturally ahead of your peers in understanding. Psychology complements it in the sense that you're learning about the core of human behaviour, why things happen. And I think that really helps when you're learning about criminal law, which was the bulk of what we learned in A-levels, because you're getting a real sense of why things happen, essentially. It gives you better understanding, better empathy, just a better thinker. It really engages with key skills that are so essential for the workplace and for your chosen choice of career, whether that be in psychology or law. So I definitely recommend those two subjects. What I would say about psychology though is that it's very content based. There is a section of research methods, hence why I didn't take it at university. I'm terrible at maths, I'm better at English, so I would just bear that in mind. It's content heavy, and if you're the type of person that can't really focus, probably not for you. But one of the things that I wish I had done before choosing A-levels is go and speak to the teachers that do it. Go and speak to them about, you know, what can I get out of this, career options, etc., which is really hard to do when you're like 16. Like, you just don't think of these things. It sort of grows with experience. So if you see this video, definitely go do that. And also have a look at the online specification. What are the core subjects? Do you think you could be interested in subjects such as these? I was really good at history at GCSE. I really enjoyed the subjects, which was like medieval medicine and World War II and stuff like that. But then I looked at the specification for A-level and it was like the British Empire and stuff like that, and I was just like, no way. I feel like you really have to enjoy concepts to engage with them and potentially end up with a good grade. So yeah, those are the A-levels I took. Now I'm just going to talk about, I'm going to give you sort of general guidance in my experience and what I've seen. I think aside from the pressure to conform to friends, it didn't happen to me, but I saw a lot of my friends' parents sort of try and push them to go to university. Even when I was doing A-levels, my teachers tried to push me to go to university. There's a lot of pressure in that, and you feel even that in yourself, you have to conform. It's very hard, people, in people that you respect, to saying, look, no, I don't want to do this. Essentially, at the end of the day, you need to make your intentions clear. You need to have a word with teachers and your parents and really, tell them, express how you feel, tell them what would make you happy. If you want to have a job, tell them, look, I'm going to go get a job, like, I don't think going to university would make me happy, or alternatively, I don't think A-levels would make me happy. College is going to make me happier, and if that means that I have to try and fund it through working part-time, etc., then I will. I know that for college it's easier to work, you have more time on your hands than doing A-levels, so that would definitely be something to consider. So to sum up, guys, the 3 things that I want you guys to take away from this is 1, try not to conform to the pressure of what your friends are doing or what your parents want you to do, essentially. Number 2, research. And number 3, try to not take 3 essay-based subjects. It's honestly better if you have more variety. So guys, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see similar content in the future, I would really appreciate it if you could go and subscribe to my channel for updates. Also, if you want any further help on what A-levels to choose or anything surrounding A-levels, then feel free to drop a comment below. I'd be more than willing to help you guys. Alternatively, if you want more of a personal conversation, then go and follow my LinkedIn. So good luck, guys, and I will see you next time.